Yo, basically, I might be a maladaptive daydreamer. Stay with me. I've been doing this for a while, but I never knew the name of it. Where I have like these daydreams, and I just be like thinking about these fantasy worlds, like living in another world for like hours at a time. And I never knew like if that was normal or if it wasn't normal or like what it was called. But I finally did some research, and I might be a maladaptive daydreamer, and I've been doing this for like a long time. So I'm gonna just read to you what maladaptive daydreaming is. It says, maladaptive daydreaming is a condition where intense, detailed, and excessive fantasies distract from real life, often triggered by stress, trauma, or underlying conditions like ADHD and anxiety. It involves immersive, hours-long scenarios, often accompanied by repetitive movements, pacing. Treatments include therapy and improved sleep hygiene. Key symptoms of maladaptive daydreaming: highly detailed fantasy worlds. Daydreams are extremely vivid, complex, and immersive. True. Excessive time consumption. Daydreams can last for hours, severely disrupting daily life. See, I daydream at night, so like I get into my like fantasy worlds, like my imagination, like at night, and I'll stay up for like hours at a time. And my parents would be like they'll hear me jumping on my bed, because like the way I do it is I pace around my room, but I also jump on my bed, and that's why my bed is like messed up and has a bunch of holes in it, and I need a new mattress. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of how I do it, and it does last for hours. Like I'll just be thinking, I'll have a storyline in my head, and I'll just be like making up scenarios and like characters, especially when I'm listening to like music. I'll do it when I'm listening to music, because I can't really do it like when it's just pure silence. I have to be like listening to music or something to like get me amped up. I can do it while I'm not listening to music, but it's less like fantasy worlds, like it's less like a storyline and more of like a scenario that's happening. But anyways, repetitive movements, often accompanied by pacing, jumping, or repetitive motions. Yep, I be jumping on my bed while I listen to music a lot. And yeah, emotional connection, experiencing strong emotions such as laughing or crying during the fantasy. That's true. I do talk to myself, and I do get immersed. I feel like this is like a coping mechanism in some ways. I don't know. Distress and compulsion, a strong compulsive need to daydream and distress when unable to do so. Yes, that does happen to me. A lot of the times, sometimes I do it like right when I'm about to go to bed, and then other times I do it right when I wake up. It's like if I have something going on, and it's like, I'd rather be like in my daydream right now. Like, oh my god. Distinction from reality. Unlike psychosis, individuals know that daydreams are not real. Yes, I do it. I honestly, this is all true, and this is literally what I've been doing for a long time, like years at this point. I honestly think this is like a coping mechanism for like how, not saying you don't love your life, but if you don't like, your life, I guess it's the same thing. But yeah, I feel like this is like a coping mechanism for like if your life just sucks, or if you don't like the way your life's going, or if you wish you were living a different life. Yeah, the reason I do this is because I don't do anything with my life. But this is actually, I've actually never really read like this, all the things associated with like the mental health conditions, or like the causes and the risk factors, like the impact on daily life and stuff. Like literally impact on daily life. It says interference with responsibilities. It is hard to concentrate on work, school, or daily tasks. True. Sleep disruption. Intense fantasies can lead to poor sleep quality. Yes. Shame and guilt. Feelings of embarrassment regarding the time spent in the fantasy world. Yes, but I only feel guilty because it's embarrassing trying to explain like why I'm tired. I think like I'll wake up tired, like I'll have eye bags, and I'll just be like, what were you doing last night? Why aren't you asleep? Like, I was just imagining I was in my fantasy world, with my fantasy characters, my fantasy plot line. Like, that's embarrassing. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think a lot of people think that maladaptive daydreaming is a mental illness, when I just think it's a coping mechanism. I don't think it's a mental illness. I just think it's a way to cope for like, I know trauma is like one reason people may maladaptive daydream, or like for me personally, I mean, I don't know if this is like trauma, but it could just be like you just don't do anything with your life. life and you're not really, you know, allowed to really go anywhere or do anything. I guess it's just kind of a way to like cope with the reality of your situation. I probably have more mental issues, but it's whatever, bro. And I feel like a lot of people, I was gonna title this video how to stop maladaptive daydreaming, but I don't know if this is like something that's harmful. I just think it's kind of like a way of expressing yourself, I guess, like almost like interpretive dance, but it's like in your mind. I don't know, that made no sense. But yeah, I do this every single day, by the way. And my siblings, they always ask me, they're like, were you just jumping on your bed, or like they'll see me jumping on my bed, or they'll hear me jumping on my bed, and they'll be like, they just probably think I'm like, I don't know, but I'm deep in those fantasies, yo. I don't know, bro. And it's like, it'll be something I watch, or like if I'm watching a show, if I watch like a video, or if I hear like an edit, and I'll just like imagine myself like in it. I don't know like how to explain it. It's just, I'll just imagine myself like being in an edit, or I'll imagine myself like in a movie, or I'll imagine myself like as a certain character, or like my own character, like a plot, like some storyline. I'll just imagine myself as a character, or like being in an edit, or like, you know, sometimes I imagine myself like singing in front of like, I pretend that like, oh, you know how in the movies it's like, oh, it's like the shy character, and then they come out of their shell and then they shock like the whole school. Like I imagine like myself being that character and like shocking everybody at school, like being shy, and then like, I don't know, having like a concert at school, like singing and then shocking everyone. Like that's literally what my maladaptive daydreaming consists of. I don't know, it's pretty dope if you ask me. Like, I don't know, I'm not doing anything like bad, like I'm not doing, you know, drugs or anything of that nature. I'm just being a little delusional is all. But a lot of the times, if I'm like somewhere like in public and I'm listening to music, like I have the urge to like jump somewhere, or like run around, or like jump in my bed. I have to like suppress that because like, okay, I'm in public and I can't do that now, obviously. It's like when I listen to music and I like get deep in my daydreams, I have the urge to like jump around, and that's what kind of makes it difficult to sit down and like do certain tasks, is because especially when I listen to music, I just want to like jump around and imagine scenarios. That's why a lot of the times, like if I'm doing something, I have to listen to like lo-fi or like music without lyrics, so I don't like jump around and pretend to be a superhero or like something. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if there's a cure for this. I think the cure is just, I guess, either not having trauma or your life going exactly the way that you want it to go. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm probably gonna continue to do this for the rest of my life though, until I'm able to kind of gain like freedom in a way. I don't know what I'm talking about, bro. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I'm probably gonna be able like imagining scenarios like forever. But yeah, I have to go to work later. I literally imagine fake scenarios at work too, because I'm there for hours at a time and I wish I was home. But yeah, that's pretty much my experience with it. I literally look forward to daydreaming like throughout the day. When it's nighttime and it's like nobody's around to like bother me or anything, and I'm like done with like everything I have to do that day, I literally look forward to imagining my fake scenarios and like being in my own fantasy world. Like I think it's pretty. But yeah, but I know when to lock in. Like I know like, if there's something, because sometimes I do get like bored of it, or it's just like I've had enough of it. Like I'll be, you know, imagining something for like hours, and then it's just like, okay, then I get tired, obviously. But if I'm up and I'm like not tired and I'm like have energy, best believe I'm gonna be imagining my fake scenarios. But yeah, that's pretty much my experience with it. Probably gonna glue on these nails. But yeah, anyways, quote of the day, because I still need motivation. Maybe I'll say affirmations, I don't know. Okay, here's one I think is nice. It says, major cheat code in life: act like things are working out before they do. Your nervous system follows the story you tell it. I need to work on that because I be getting anxious for everything. Yeah, so essentially fake it till you make it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my experience with maladaptive daydreaming. Didn't know I was doing that until a couple months ago, honestly. And peace out till next time.